Company.
Tonight on Ctv3 News, government employee charged with theft of 43 Chromebooks in Belize City. 18-year-old taxi driver charged with rape of a child following disturbing incident. And major setback in Mountain Pine Ridge drug trafficking trial as magistrate recuses herself. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Wednesday, April 9th, 2025.
Coming soon, Pro FC 16. Get ready for an electrifying night of combat sports as Pro FC takes over the Princess Vegas Hotel and Casino in Corazon on Saturday, May 17th, 2025. Witness 14 adrenaline-fueled fights featuring the fiercest competitors from Belize, Mexico, Canada, and Guatemala, all battling for glory and supremacy in the ring. Pro FC 16. Don't just watch the action, be part of it. Pro FC 16, exclusive on the Express Plus app.
Get the most out of your internet with Centaur's ExpressNet. Are you ready to supercharge your online experience? When connecting to your Velo Mesh device, make sure you're linked to our blazing fast 5 GHz frequency. Why 5 GHz? Faster speeds at a shorter range. 5 GHz is perfect for use in smaller spaces where speed is your top priority. As for the 2.4 GHz, while connection may travel farther, it can lead to slower performance. Remember, choose 5 GHz for your devices and experience the difference instantly. ExpressNet, bringing you the best speeds for the ultimate online experience. For more information, contact us at 380-0101.
The New World screwworm poses a significant threat to livestock, pets, and humans. It can cause severe losses if not controlled quickly. Currently, it is not present in Belize. That is why early detection is crucial to prevent its spread. Let us help to keep it out. Don't bring animals from other countries illegally. If you notice maggots, larvae, or worms in unusual wounds, report them immediately. Call Baja at 824-4872 or text 670-7003. Together we can work to keep our country safe from the New World screwworm and save animals. This message was brought to you by Baja, OIRSA, AICA, USDA, and the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security, and Enterprise.
Good evening. With your news also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7, I am Joanna Rodriguez. In a case that has raised eyebrows in governmental circles, Esbert Felix Ramclam Jr., a warehouse manager for the government of Belize, was arrested and charged with theft following allegations of misappropriating a total of 43 Lenovo Chromebook laptops valued at $33,862.50. The devices were reported stolen from the government bookstore located on St. Joseph Street in Belize City between February 18 and February 28 of this year. The investigation into the theft began on March 29 when Ingrid Acosta, a project coordinator at the Ministry of Education, filed a report at the Crime Investigation Branch. She stated that unauthorized individuals had accessed a storage facility at the government compound and taken the Chromebooks, each valued at $787.50. Following leads from the initial report, police conducted a thorough investigation, which led to the recovery of 3 of the stolen laptops in the San Lorenzo housing site area of Orange Walk Town on April 2nd. As the inquiries deepened, an additional 5 laptops were also recovered. In total, 8 computers were confirmed to have been taken from the government bookstore warehouse. Further investigation revealed the troubling details. A local entrepreneur from Orange Walk reported that an acquaintance known as Sugar had sold him 9 of the stolen Chromebooks in February. This information ultimately led authorities to the arrest of Ramklam, who was taken into custody on April 7th and formally charged the following day. Arraigned at the Belize City Magistrates Court this morning, Ramklam Jr. pleaded not guilty to the charge of theft, which carries significant legal ramifications. During the proceedings, there was no objection to bail, and the presiding magistrate set bail at $3,000, which Ramklam was able to secure. He is scheduled to return to court on June 4th, 2025. Police have arrested and charged an 18-year-old taxi driver with the grave offense of rape of a child in connection with a disturbing incident report on Sunday, April 6th. The arrest was made after the mother of the victim brought her underage daughter to the Keekalker police station around 10 p.m. that evening. According to police reports, the incident reportedly occurred earlier that day at approximately 5 p.m. The mother informed authorities that her daughter had been in the company of a male individual, later identified as the accused taxi driver, who had offered her a drink. Subsequently, the victim was taken to a secluded beachside location where she was subjected to non-consensual sexual activity. Following the report, a medical examination conducted by a qualified medical officer corroborated the mother's claims, confirming that the minor had indeed been sexually assaulted. In accordance with legal procedures, the suspect has been detained and an investigation is ongoing. Local authorities are emphasizing the importance of protecting vulnerable individuals, particularly minors in the community. Community members have expressed shock and outrage over the incident, highlighting the necessity for heightened vigilance and protective measures for children. Police are encouraging anyone with further information related to the case to come forward as the investigation progresses. The accused is expected to appear in court shortly to face the charges. The police department urges the public to remain aware of their surroundings and report any suspicious activities to local law enforcement to help maintain communities safe. In a significant turn of events in the Mountain Pine Ridge drug trafficking case that has been ongoing since late November 2021, the prosecution against 7 alleged traffickers were disrupted yesterday when Magistrate Cara Walters recused herself from the trial. This shocking development comes after a lengthy legal process that lasted over 3.5 years, following a dramatic drug plane landing that resulted in a major bust, including the seizure of more than 1,200 pounds of cocaine and the arrest of the Mexican co-pilot. The defendants in this high-profile case, Salus Penner, Eric Young, Miguel Angel Zetina, Edwin Armando Gonzalez, Jaime Humberto Maz, Edilberto Medrano, and Jesus Alberto Quintero from Mexico, who has remained in custody since the operation, now face the daunting prospect of starting their trial anew with a different magistrate. The case has involved a complex web of legal proceedings with 5 lawyers and 2 prosecutors actively engaged in the trial. Sources indicate that recent court sessions have been fraught with tension, particularly between lead prosecutor Alifa Elrington and Magistrate Walters herself. Reports suggest that the last 2 hearings were marked by heated exchanges, potentially influencing the decision for Walters to step aside from the case. As the situation stands, the accused will have to endure further delays as the matter awaits reassignment to a new magistrate. Coming up next, Governor General appoints Dr. Leroy Almendarez as CEO of Ministry of Public Utilities, Energy, and Logistics. Stay tuned.
Name's Tyson. Welcome to Tulsa.
Dive into an adventure like never before with Express Plus app. Experience the thrill of power and redemption with Tulsa King.
This situation is not going to be controllable for much longer.
Unlock the secrets of the supernatural with a discovery of witches. Enter the epic saga of Yellowstone.
I'm God who runs this valley.
Tap into your inner warrior with Marvel's Iron Fist.
How many times a night you light that fist up?
All these incredible stories and more are ready for you with the Express Plus app, streaming entertainment.
Have you seen Lori?
Check in at the White Lotus, where paradise turns into a playground for the privileged, and every sun-soaked moment is dripping with intrigue. Stream The White Lotus on HBO Max, available with Centaur.
Late last year, the High Court of Belize began the process to tackle its case backlog as they officially saw the swearing in of 15 newly trained criminal mediators. These mediators kick-started a fresh approach to resolving criminal cases, offering an alternative to traditional court trials. Through mediation, cases can essentially be settled amicably if both parties agree. Continuing with the work started in 2024, today, the High Court launched a victim offender mediation pilot toolkit, which seeks to begin the process towards restorative justice through victim offender mediation. This process involves a scheduled face-to-face meeting between victims of specific crimes and the offender. The meeting gives offenders and victims a chance to discuss the offense and the consequences and decide what the offender should do to repair the harm caused by the crime. This includes an apology and may also involve financial reparations from the offender to the victim.
We had technical consultation stakeholder sessions, which were held on Monday and Tuesday. We met with key partners who are integral to the criminal justice system, such as the Attorney General, the Solicitor General. We also met with the Community Rehabilitation Department. We met with mediators, the Mediation Association, which is ADRAB. We also met with the National Alternative Dispute Resolutions Committee, as well as judges and magistrates. So we had very important, and police prosecutors also. So we had very important key stakeholder sessions, which is where we familiarize those key partners in terms of the court's initiative, which is the criminal mediation, court-connected criminal mediation project. We intend to launch, which we have today, a pilot project on court-connected criminal mediation, as well as the presentation of a victim offender mediation toolkit. The toolkit is an important resource which is added to the other resources available, such as the court-connected criminal mediation rules, which were published in January of 2025.
Victim offender mediation, according to High Court Judge Candice Nanton, applies to specific cases.
Sexual offenses are excluded, gang offenses are excluded, any offense that falls under the Firearms Act is excluded, as well as any offense involving death. Now that includes capital offenses, homicides, and it also includes causing death offenses on the roadways.
Today's launch, according to Nanton, follows an already established legal framework in Belize, which has been modeled from trends from across the country.
We have the legal framework for criminal mediation. That is why we are starting or launching with a pilot project, because we want the criminal mediation process to have the best opportunity for effectiveness. And from research, it has been shown when you have the legislative framework in place, it's best to test it in a controlled environment, which is why we are starting with a pilot. Once this pilot has been completed and we have generated the data and we have generated the reports, then we can have it on stream for any matter that a magistrate or judicial officer considers to be an appropriate matter for mediation. So it is in place. In theory, it is in place because we have the rules and the rules allow for it, but we want to control the environment when we start it, which is what we are doing today by launching the pilot project.
Pilot project is expected to be concluded in the first week of June, after which a report will be compiled to assess the success and shortfalls of the project. Yesterday, the government of Belize convened a follow-up consultation with representatives from the private sector to discuss the implications of the recently implemented 10% reciprocal tariff policy in the United States. The session, building on last week's high-level meeting at the central bank, attracted a diverse group of Belizean businesses ranging from micro-enterprises to major exporters, along with influential industry associations. The consultation was led by Honorable Francis Fonseca, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Trade, Culture and Immigration, and supported by Honorable Marconi Leal, Minister of State for Foreign Trade. Together, they engaged with private sector leaders on the immediate and long-term challenges that the new tariff poses for Belize's export sectors. During the session, participants openly expressed concerns regarding the rising operational costs stemming from the tariff, particularly in light of recent expansions in the U.S. market. The potential for trade disruptions and heightened competitiveness, especially due to uncertainties in shipping logistics, were also significant points of discussion. While many businesses indicated a willingness to explore avenues for diversification, they collectively stressed the urgent need for government assistance to mitigate the rising costs of doing business in Belize. In response to the concerns raised, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs reaffirmed its commitment to elevate these issues to the Cabinet for further deliberation. Additionally, the ministry announced that Belize's embassy in Washington has been entrusted with the responsibility of engaging U.S. authorities at the highest levels. This initiative aims to seek clarification on the tariff, explore potential exemptions, and reiterate Belize's long-standing partnership under the Caribbean Basin Initiative, CBI. On Friday, we showed you the official groundbreaking of a new pediatric ward at the Northern Regional Hospital. The project is a collaboration between the Rotary Club of Orange Walk District 4250 and LEAP Global Mission along with the government. The initiative comes at a cost of $2.3 million, which will fund the construction of a modern 5,384 square feet facility equipped with observation wards, isolation unities, consultation rooms, and other amenities. Further speaking about the ongoing project, Minister of Health, Honorable Kevin Bernard, says it has been in the making for several years and now finally is coming to fruition.
It's been over, I think, at least 3.5 years. This discussion started. When I took over the ministry, we enhanced that discussion with the people at LEAP and working with Rotary. I being an honorary Rotarian myself, we jumped on the idea. The Prime Minister was on board from the very get-go when they approached us that they wanted to build a pediatric ward for the Northern Regional Hospital. I think it's a great addition to the Northern Regional Hospital. It's going to leave some spacing issues that we have at the Northern Regional Hospital, but at the same time allow us to be able to provide better health care for our young children, especially newly born children, and of course any young child that has to go to the facility to seek care. So all that process was done, and so I'm happy that we were able to do the groundbreaking, and work is now underway, and we're hoping, just like how the time period for a child to born, 9 months, that within 9 months we can have a pediatric ward fully constructed and ready to go for the Northern Regional Hospital. Of course, as I said, it will provide better service, it will bring new amenities, and it will improve the spacing issues that currently we have at the Northern Regional Hospital. And so it's all about improving the level of care for people, and especially the young people, our children. And I can tell you that the pediatrician doctors who are there are very happy that we are able to get this project on the ground. Like I said, it has been talked about for so long, and now it's being constructed, and so it will benefit all those people, all those children who need to seek that service at that facility, whether you come from Corozal or Ridgewalk or surrounding villages or even out district. And so that is very important to highlight, that when we do these investments, it's about improving the quality of care for Belizean people.
The project, as mentioned previously, is expected to be completed by early 2026. In a notable advancement for national leadership and governance, the Office of the Prime Minister has officially announced the appointment of Dr. Leroy Almendares as the Chief Executive Officer of the Ministry of Public Utilities, Energy and Logistics. This pivotal decision comes at the esteemed recommendation of Prime Minister Honorable John Briceño and has been solidified by the formal endorsement of Her Excellency Governor General Dame Froila Zalam in accordance with Section 107 of the Belizean Constitution. In a statement released to the media, the Office of the Prime Minister acknowledged Dr. Almendares' extensive qualifications and unwavering commitment to the relentless pursuit of public service. Earlier this year, the U.S. government made a decision to halt funding through the U.S. State Department and USAID. This decision has extended consequences even here in Belize, which has seen the cease of several ongoing projects. Health Minister Honorable Kevin Bernard, in an interview earlier this week, spoke on this matter, saying that while the stoppage has affected the country, the Ministry of Health continues to benefit from assistance from various international health organizations despite recent changes.
It's not just about funding, and I'm sure that while the U.S. has made decisions to halt on some support funding across the region, across the countries worldwide, we must remain focused and balanced at the same time. We must also understand that Belize has a team of persons that are committed and dedicated to improving the health system. Our government is committed to ensuring, and if we have to seek support other ways, then we will do so. However, I think that the U.S. decisions are made on their own sound basis, and whether that will come back at some point through the different agencies, we continue to benefit from PAHO, for example, with their technical expertise and supporting the ministry in developing various strategic plans and human resource health plans, working together with our health planners unit and our policy and planning director, and of course the entire ministry. And so, while that of course may have caused from the World Health side a lack of support for other countries, we need to ensure that our strategies remain in place and that our priorities are put where we want them to be. And so we continue to work for the betterment of the people and for improved healthcare system within Belize.
Honorable Oscar Mira, Minister of National Defense and Border Security, is currently in Panama representing Belize at the Central American Security Conference, CENSEC 2025, taking place from April 8 to the 10th, 2025. CENSEC is a key regional security forum that brings together Central American and United States defense and security leaders annually. The conference serves as a vital platform to strengthen regional cooperation, foster open dialogue on shared challenges, exchange best practices, and develop collaborative strategies to improve regional security. This year's conference, co-hosted by the Republic of Panama and the United States of America, focuses on enhancing regional defense through joint operations and cybersecurity. CENSEC 2025 builds on the success of previous conferences, reaffirming the shared commitment to promoting peace, stability, and security throughout Central America. And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
Really? You not switch yet? No what? I tell you. I don't.
You used to call me on my cell phone late night just to stay in touch. Call me on my cell phone, cause our connection used to mean so much. And I know when that thought line bling, February's got that love to bring. Yeah, I know when that thought line bling, Smart is giving you everything. These days all I do is wonder if you're still connected with somebody else. Wonder why you're missing out on what's best for yourself. You could have had more, but you're still stuck with them. You don't need no one else. You don't need nobody else. So it's time to switch up and run. Cause smart's the best in the land. They got the top speed and the best service for your phone. You should just switch to them. It's smarter, no one else. You used to call me on my cell phone.
There's a war going on against Christianity in this country.
Meet the Righteous Gemstones, a hilarious, outrageous family of televangelists with more scandals than sermons. Stream The Righteous Gemstones on HBO Max, available with Centaur.
Name's Tyson. Welcome to Tulsa.
Dive into an adventure like never before with Express Plus app. Experience the thrill of power and redemption with Tulsa King.
This situation is not going to be controllable for much longer.
Unlock the secrets of the supernatural with a discovery of witches. Enter the epic saga of Yellowstone.
I'm God who runs this valley.
Tap into your inner warrior with Marvel's Iron Fist.
How many times a night you light that fist up?
All these incredible stories and more are ready for you with the Express Plus app, streaming entertainment.
The Honorable Kareem Musa, Minister of Home Affairs and New Growth Industries, received the keys to a fully equipped patrol vehicle from Mr. Joseph Lee, Chief Operations Officer of INODEP, on April 8, 2025. This vehicle is one of two specifically intended for rapid response in coordination with the Advanced Camera System and the 911 Emergency Response Framework being implemented as part of the $60 million Belize Central American Bank for Economic Integration funded to the Belize Integral Security Program. INODEP, a renewed international firm, has successfully secured a contract for the acquisition, installation, and commissioning of a state-of-the-art camera system and emergency response system tailored for designated areas in Belize City. Currently in progress, this project is expected to be completed by the end of July 2025. Equipped with cutting-edge AI camera surveillance technology, aims to significantly enhance crime prevention efforts and bolster overall citizen safety. By seamlessly integrating these innovative solutions, the initiative strives to foster a more secure environment for the community, ultimately promoting a greater sense of safety and well-being among residents. The handover of the vehicle was attended by several distinguished individuals, including the Minister of Home Affairs and New Growth Industries, Honorable Kareem Musa, the Chief Executive Officer of the Ministry of Home Affairs and New Growth Industries, Mrs. Sharol Carr, Deputy Commissioner of Police, Dr. Anthony Rosado, INODEP Director, Mr. Jeter Him, INODEP Executive Director for Latin America, Mr. Alex Shin, and officials from the Ministry of Economic Transformation. The Ministry of Blue Economy and Marine Conservation, the National Emergency Management Organization, NEMO, and the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United States, FAO, under the project Community Engagement of the Coastal Zone and Fisheries Sector of Belize through CCA and DRM capacity building, are supporting the increase of resilience for the coastal zone and fisheries sector through improved management, stakeholder livelihoods, disaster risk management, and awareness. This disaster risk management and climate change engagement workshop will assist in the creation of a community-based disaster risk management CBDRM plan for San Pedro, Tong, and Burgess Key, a climate change and disaster risk management community engagement strategy, action plan, and MEL framework for San Pedro, Tong, and Burgess Key, which shall 1. increase the capacity of national actors and community members on climate change, climate adaptation, and disaster risk management. 2. Build the capacity and response capabilities of national actors in disaster risk management, DRM, and of community members in coastal communities. 3. Build the capacity of fisher folk in DRM and climate change resilient livelihoods. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Thursday, April 10th here on Ctv3 News and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews or our YouTube channel at Ctv3 News BZ. From all of us here at Ctv3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.